By the way, we're not running.
There's a luck element too. Like usually like 3 cars all work, and then 3 cars all don't. Including NASA's 4 cars, Banksy's 5, Connor Shannon's 6. Like these are like there's
Timo too.
Yeah, there's probably like 15 cars here that didn't work that have worked every round last year or at every event they've done. So there's a lot to be said for just a bad day and a track that's very hard on the car.
Let's take a seat here, guys. So I'm here with K-Man, Chris.
Hi.
We're sitting on the Drift Games big rig, the largest turbo. Look at the size of that. We are here in Spain. We arrived, we haven't slept. It was a 14-hour flight-ish, both, and this is the beginning of the vlog. Currently, it's Wednesday and we're just feeling everything out. We wanted to drive to the track to see where the track was, what the track looked like. Anyways, we're here and we're actually, you know, on the professional circuit in Spain. Kyle keeps mentioning it. It's crazy that we're even here.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah, how do we get lost in Indiana to lost in freaking Spain? Well,
Feels like we're in a different world.
Start making angle kits and 7 years later, you might find yourself in Spain.
Boom, you're kind of a big deal, like my man J-Man.
Anyways, we're here with Connor and Ray. Right when we pulled in, Piotr was here. That was cool. We got to see him. He helped us out a lot to begin with getting tires sorted and some nitrous. Otherwise, this is the beginning of the video, guys. I don't know if we're gonna go swimming in the Mediterranean or if we're gonna pass out and go to sleep. Both options sound
amazing.
Great. Tomorrow, Kyle and I will be busy, maybe even Chris, on modding up the car, getting the nitrous tuned in at the 300 shot because we're running the better tires, we're running a big track. So we're gonna have a good idea after we get the car teched on what else we might need to do.
Oh man, oh.
This is Mike GT Custom Exhaust Special. That's the muffler setup that we run in this car. We just switched it to a straight pipe. These are 2 Vibrant Performance mufflers. This car was very loud, and then I was actually approached at Mondello, and someone told me it was too quiet. So we're gonna fix that. It looks cool. You could almost hang it up somewhere or just kind of like, we might have to throw it on, so we'll keep this in the pack outs, but that's what that looks like. I'm hoping that the camber plates are okay. This is a rear knuckle. These tabs here are what lock in the camber plates. And we actually broke off the tab. It didn't do anything. I just unloosened the bolt, brought it back, tightened it again. You know, OEM cars come factory with slots and stuff, so it's basically like that now. But you can see it right here. We smacked this so hard with the wheel. We actually broke the wheel in half, broke the tow arm, and then you can see this just slid back slightly. And that's what this piece of aluminum here is. So what to think, what to do, what should I change? We might make it a little bit thicker, but arguably something should have broken, and it did because we absolutely demoed the wall. I was about 8 inches deep. Connor was about the same. The difference is an S chassis has, you know, like 2 feet behind it before it hits the wheel, and the Corvette, the wheel is like right at the back of the car. So that is kind of what happens. GT86s are similar. The rear wheel is right at the back. So whenever you see a GT86 or a Corvette as deep as a 240, they're actually quite a bit deeper. All right, so this weekend we're running the 285 Volino RS, and we're gonna be running the 265 on the front. I'm changing the nitrous hit from 150, which is what we ran in Mondello, with the 265 tires. We're bumping that up to the 300 because this track is huge. It's fast, it's long, it should suit the car well. Gearing, I'm not gonna tell you. And other than that, we're not changing anything except replacing that rear knuckle, which we really didn't have to do. Nothing was bent, it was just those 2 alignment tabs that were off. Other than that, I have a short list of bolt checking. We went back to the straight pipe, like I told you. Practice is at 8:30 in the morning, which is, in our time, it's 2:30 in the morning. So we've only been here a day. We're not quite on Spain's time yet. And we're super tired, but we had a good sleep last night. So the judges are actually coming around and visiting each pit and introducing themselves to all the new drivers. That, right off the bat, is amazing. It's a great start to this round in the season. Knowing who is judging you, a face to a name, all of this stuff is really important when it comes to the announcers, the judges, the people because ultimately this is a sport that involves people, it's about the people, and knowing everybody is important to Drift Masters, and I like that. I like that a lot. Also, the way the event is being run so far, how these wristbands work, how our driver hard card stuff, it's really, really well run. So overall, it's been a great first day. So looking forward to all of it, honestly.
I cannot believe that we are all here, that I'm here. I've been looking at this event for years, looking at all these cars for years. Now I'm here getting to see it all. It's wild. It's really wild.
So in terms of a spotter then, is there anything like different to what you're used to doing here?
I haven't been able to see the track yet, but from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from like the judges and stuff is that it's very far away, which is kind of new. In the States, they're usually pretty good with keeping the spotters over the track so we can really see everything. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. It's just that everything seems to be a little bit farther away.
I'm gonna hop somewhat in the car because the cable's not long enough. We're loading the 300 shot tune that Forrest from Link ECU has sent us a revision for. That's what we're gonna be running here at this track. We figure that we're gonna need the 300 shot just because of the size of the track. The wheel speed that we're running, it's gonna be a secret number. And that's what we're gonna try.
But I don't say coffee like coffee. It's coffee.
Have you heard yourself say dad?
The gabagool and the scabatel.
Yeah, still hasn't showed up yet. We're waiting on the new suit, and I'm currently wearing my old one, which is actually from 2019. We'll probably have the suit tomorrow. So we're on this grid for a photograph from the drone, and this is absolutely insane. These are 50 of the best drivers in Europe, all in one place on an absolute gorgeous track. And I can't believe the Corvette is sitting right in the middle of all of it. You got Piotr here, second place, Heinemann there, the diesel, Mercedes right beside me. This is crazy. With this track layout, you're going to be clipping in fourth gear, rotating to 90 degrees and flooring it in this direction as fast as you can. Today was, we're learning and we're at the new place of Spain, so, we're doing the tech, we're doing the photos, we're setting everything up for Drift Masters. It was good, it was pretty relaxed, got everything done on the car. We're gonna find out quick tomorrow. We're the group A, meaning we're the first to practice, right around 8:30. We just did the track walk and the driver debriefing. I think the track is gonna fit my style well, but of course, this is all in a video that you guys are gonna see, so we'll see if I think what I said is true or not. Anyways, that's it, it's 9:30 here. It's like 3:30, no, 2:30. Wait, I don't know. It's like, it's 6 hours different at home, and everyone's texting me at work and asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm going to bed, so I can't answer these. Anyways, that's the end of today. We'll see you guys in the morning.
It is early. I am still on Eastern Standard Time. My body thinks it is. Hold on. 12:30 in the morning. I fell asleep at 6:30 in the afternoon at home. I'm gonna live. It's gonna be just fine. I feel like I'm in paradise. Let's get after it today.
Good morning. It's Friday morning. It is practice and qualifying. We are Group A, so we're practicing at 8:30 and I think like 11:30. And then it's qualifying right after that. So we're going to get a feel for this track in like the next hour. Kyle, it's a V6 now.
It's a misfire?
Yeah.
The plan is to put the new motor in. It's the plan. How we're gonna do it in time? I don't know. We're gonna try though. Why is this so long? Pull a trans with it? Trans with it or trans in the car?
Probably pull the trans with it. We'll separate outside of the car.
So, and then the next question, drive shaft from the diff or drive shaft from the trans?
Take it off the diff.
Okay.
Not gonna be easy to not make a mess, that's what I should say.
I don't know how we're not gonna get wet. At least it's only water. It's no glycol in there. Just not looking forward to getting wet from hot water. The hot oil was shitty enough.
We're lifting it with a crush bar.
You know what I mean? Let our side down.
Forward. 17? 17? Yeah. Just excited to see you.
Push lines off, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, somebody, we need to stand right here. We have to stay here.
Another one
We'll have to change, like, we have to change the pan over and everything. I know that one has a different pan on it, but I don't want to get into making AN lines. I mean, that has a better pan on it because the lines are at the back. But if we make an AN lines, we don't have time. Yeah.
These lads over here did this for Naoki last year at Mondello too. Ah! Muscles.
We need to take.
Does anybody have Imperial sockets?
think we're like 30 minutes out from qualifying and the engine's still not back in the car. Biggest issue was we had two engines, but not a fully dressed engine. So transferring all of the components, also the engines are slightly different, has made it take much longer. We also didn't have an engine hoist, so that made it take much longer. We probably lost an hour and a half, 2 hours, just in not having the right stuff. But needless to say, we get the engine back in. Let's say we have it back in for the second round of qualifying. We still have to set a base tune and then street tune the car to make sure that it's safe to run. And we would also not be running nitrous at all. So we would have to air the tires up to like 50 PSI just to try and skate through a run. And right now it's looking super unlikely. So we haven't eaten anything. We're gonna eat some food and then we're just gonna keep going at a steady pace, making sure that we do everything correctly. And if we make it, then we make it. And if we don't, then this stuff had to be done anyways. So that's all I got. 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Can't put my finger on exactly what the biggest, I'd say we lost 2 hours between the engines being so different that we had to make certain things work. But if you had a fully dressed engine, this could have been done in like 2-3 hours.
Maybe.
The fact that the engine wasn't dressed and you had to transfer.
Let's be honest, you don't expect dramatic failure around and a bit of drifting.
Well, not when we tested at IDC and everything was great. And we keep making the tune better and better and better. Everything seemed great practice one. Although it didn't go great on the track, it was because I was like, I'm going to add 20 kilometers an hour, lower the tire pressure, and we're good. Which sucks because it's why I went to IDC. It was like, the car works.
Yep. But we tested Connor's and we were like,
yes,
perfect, and then all those problems were all brand new. There's also a thing that's called luck, and luck is a massive part of it. Because I remember Jack Shanahan winning the end of an event, it rained, and they dynoed the car afterwards and he had 320 horsepower at the end of the season, but because it was wet he didn't even really notice. But like, if it wasn't wet he'd have lost. You know what I mean? So there's a luck element too. Like if you get 3 cars all work and then 3 cars all don't, including Nasser's 4 cars, Banksy's 5, Connor Shannon's 6. Like these are like just
Timu too.
Yeah, there's probably like 15 cars here that didn't work that have worked every round last year or at every event they've done. So there's a lot to be said for just a bad day and a track that's very hard on a car. Like it's just full bang all the way around.
30 seconds a limiter.
Yeah. Not the end of the world. Shit, but not the end of the world. Like that's the whole point. Is that if it's only up from here, I guess, right? It can only get better. Could not be worse. Could only be the same, in fact. But it couldn't be worse. So a lot learned.
Okay, so we finished the engine swap with the Texas Speed engine. We're going to be test firing. Forrest from Link ECU sent us a base map. I'm gonna try and idle the car for 20-30 seconds, save the log, send it over to him. He's gonna look at it, he'll probably make some changes, send it back. And realistically, I mean, we're just gonna try and run this car as cautiously as possible so that when we get to Ireland, it's going to be like, put it on the dyno, run it through its paces, and put the car back together. So it was a full day. I think we started somewhere around 10:30, and it's now 8 something. So not the best time, not the best record. It took us like 8-10 hours. Like I said in earlier videos, we had to put together the engine from all of the pieces from the other engine, so it was a pain. Anyways, let's see if this thing runs. Yeah, this is the first fire.
It sounds like a lot of drag cars from back in the day.
I mean, it's a hydraulic roller, that's a solid roller, that's a more aggressive cam.
The fuel was burning a little bit too. burning my eyes. She's a little rich.
Oh, he's gonna make it rich.
Yeah, of course.
He's gonna make it super rich.
That's what you have to do.
Can you check the level of oil again? All right, everyone. So after a lot of work, we managed to swap the engine, fix a bunch of little problems. All these little details, maybe I'll cover in the next video, but we got the engine back together. The oil pressures are good, the temperatures are good. The car runs. I drove it around the pits, and I may go and ask if I can do a little log test run over there and just see how the car is. All in all, the weekend was basically almost worst case scenario. I would say a fire would be the worst case. This is about second. With that, we were able to meet a bunch of new drivers. There was a lot of camaraderie between everyone when helping remove the engine, and all in all, you know, you have to take a win where you can get it, and in this case, it was meeting new people and pulling an engine and getting a task done before the end of the weekend. Now we have a running car that actually sounds better than the last engine, honestly. So I think this engine may make more power in different areas, especially down low, which for me is what I wanted. And we also lost about 110 pounds by switching to this engine, because this is now an aluminum block, an aluminium block, as you would say. Thank you guys for watching. This is the end, and if I get to do a couple skids here just to get a log for Link ECU, we'll throw that in, but that is it. We will see you guys at Mondello for Drift Masters Round 2. And it's not over. I'm not going to say we're out of the championship. This is obviously a big kick for that, but again, it's a rookie year as well. So we're going to take what we can. We'll see you guys in the next one.